Now that we're sophomores, we wanted to give you guys 5 tips on your freshman year. Whether you're just starting college or going straight from high school to college, whatever, like we figured we would give you guys some tips based on our experience.
Tip number 1.
Tip number 1? Take advantage of all the free stuff you're going to get.
This is probably the last time you're going to get free stuff.
Like free gym membership, free tutoring,
the cafeteria. For some schools, the cafeteria is free. I don't know if you have to have a meal plan, but most of the time it's a buffet, so just sneak some of that food out.
Yeah, definitely. If you do pay for a meal plan, bring Tupperware or plastic bag, even like a water bottle if you want milk or something, because in the end you're gonna save money.
Right, and you're paying for it anyway, so it's not really stealing, but it's just taking advantage of every facility.
Oh, and there's always free food on campus. Like, I remember freshman year, every Saturday there was a free Monster guy, and he would give out Monsters to everyone, like every Saturday morning.
There's also free tutoring. Most schools have big libraries where you can study and read books, so you don't have to buy books, or use their computers and use their Wi-Fi. So if you don't have Wi-Fi at your apartment or the Wi-Fi sucks in your dorm, you should go to the library and watch all your YouTube videos there, watch all your Netflix there, because the library is most likely gonna be 24 hours. Use the bathroom.
Get toilet paper. Oh my gosh, if you see toilet paper and it's just chilling there, take it. Just take it, because you never know. Toilet paper, paper towel. I remember one time I was at school. Oh no, not like take it. Like, you know how it's locked? Sometimes people leave it unlocked, or they'll leave like new rolls there. I mean, if it's free, take it.
Tip number 2,
get involved. Most campuses have like a campus involvement fair or like a new student fair in the beginning of the year, and I know it's overwhelming or intimidating sometimes, but you really just sign up, give your email. Even if it's something you're a little bit interested in, just sign up and like read the emails that they send you, because it might be compatible with your schedule. And this is another way to make friends when you're new to a school.
It's best to join all these clubs freshman year so you know what you like, so you could start reducing the amount of clubs you're in if you want to spend more time on a more important club to you, and like just cancel your membership at another club. But it's good to get involved and see who's around, see what's available for you, and it can also provide, you know, help with the environment. You get community service hours, or you could get experience in like a student nursing program or something like that. And like she said, you can make friends, and
just a way to branch out and
network.
Yeah, network. It does help to have friends, and you know, joining clubs and getting involved is a way for you to make them.
Tip number 3 is to get organized. You know how you have a set schedule for high school every day? It's just you're there from 7 to 3 o'clock, and you have a certain amount, same classes every week, but now you get to pick your schedule. Now you get to actually make time for yourself. You should just write down all your classes when everything is due, and then see when you have time to go to the gym, when you have time to eat, when you have time to study, because you need to put all of that down just so you see the blocks of your schedule where you have the most free time, the days you have no free time, just so you can get around easier.
Yeah, organizing your schedule and organizing your time is something you really, really need to do, because you're going to have a lot of free time in college, and you know, you have to use it to your advantage. Like, I remember for me, it was really hard for me to figure out what I wanted to do during the day, or like when I had time to do something, because I worked a lot during my freshman year. So I literally would write down a schedule, like hour by hour, what I was going to do the next day, or like for the whole week, just so I knew what I was going to do, and it helped a lot. Like, I even scheduled like 11 o'clock lunch, 11:30 workout till 12:30. Like, it really, really helps. Being organized and staying on top of things, on top of your tests, and when everything's due, when you have projects, stuff like that, it helps so much, because it's hard to like BS a 10-page paper the night before it's due if you're not on top of it. Oh my gosh.
Start your day early. If you can, take as much morning classes as you can, because the earlier you get up, the more you get done in like a short amount of time. I know last year my earliest class was 11 o'clock, and I took a lot of afternoon classes, but I knew I was always lazy. I always slept in. But now I have ROTC Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7 o'clock, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays I have 8 a.m.s. So I'm waking up 6 o'clock every day, but I get so much done. I get my workout done. I get my first class done. If I have free time from my first class to my second class, which is in the afternoon, I get to study. I get to maybe even take a nap, because it does really make a difference. And I know people are more productive in the morning. Even though you might hate it at first, it becomes a habit, and the more you do it, I feel like the more you'll succeed.
And if you think about it, in high school we woke up at like what, 5:30, 6? And if some of you guys commute, you're going to have to wake up that early just to beat rush hour, just to make your class on time, because you know, the earlier the better. Just wake up. You guys are already used to it from the 4 years you were in high school, so it's not gonna be that hard.
It's just so much easier to commute in the morning. It's so much easier to just be done earlier in the day. You get to go home and, you know, do whatever you want, sleep early.
Yeah, if you wake up early,
nice.
you sleep early. Mm-hmm. It's just better for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so tip number 4, like we said, it's good to get involved because you need to make friends. But at the same time, as a freshman in college, you're going to be surrounded by tons of other freshmen, and you're going to want to make friends too. But you need to watch your back at the same time. Just because you have 6 classes with this person, or you see this person every other Wednesday, doesn't mean you guys are friends. I mean, you have to keep in mind that this person is in the same boat as you, trying to make the most out of their college experience, and sometimes that means stepping on other people just to get somewhere. And while this person may seem like your friend, that's not always true. You really need to watch your back, and you know, although you should get involved and like do stuff around campus, don't give in too easily to everyone, and don't think that just because this person's friendly to you, that makes them your friend.
A lot of people, especially their first year in college, are gonna want to be friendly with everyone just because maybe they don't know anyone, they don't want to get on anyone's bad side. But once you get to know someone and get used to someone, it could get a little bit annoying, and you want to make sure that you don't get too close to people, especially freshman year. It's just really good to keep a gate open, at least for the first semester. Second semester, if you still feel the same way, then it's safer, but you need to not be so fickle, and you need to remember that you have to have your own back.
Yeah. Because you don't know these people. It's not like when you're in high school, you knew the same people for the four years that you went there. This is a new start, and it's just like high school again, where you're gonna make friends, and just because you're friends freshman year doesn't mean you're gonna be friends all the way when you're seniors. So you need to keep an open mind.
Right. And if you're that friend who thinks everyone's your friend just because they're friendly to you, just don't be mad if they don't hit you up during the summer. If they're like, oh, well, this person's not asking me for homework during the summer, like, I don't know, I thought we were friends. Like, don't cry about it. People will come and go from your life, and you shouldn't be butthurt about it.
In college, there's going to be a lot of ups and downs, and you want someone that's there for you during all the ups and downs, not just when you're at your highest point. You know, at your lowest point, you want to have people that actually care about you, right. Not people that are just there because they're there. For homework. You know, like, you really, really need to be careful on who you're friends with. You're going to have a lot of free time in college, but do you really want to waste it on someone that doesn't matter? Tip number 5! Take your classes seriously, but don't take everything else too seriously. Like we said, this is an experience you're not going to be able to get back. You know, once you graduate college and you look back at it, you want to look back thinking, wow, I really enjoyed my time, you know? You don't want to look back and be that like person that's like, wow, I wish I was still in college because now I have to work, and now I have to do this, right. Now I have to do that. Because once you're out, you're out.
But you have to take your classes seriously. Like, for the easy classes, don't just BS your work. If you can get an A in a class, get the A.
Attendance.
Just because the teacher doesn't take attendance doesn't mean you don't have to go. And just because the teacher's a bad teacher, that's not an excuse to fail. Like, do your work, read, take it upon yourself to study. And when you get that A or when you get that B+,
it's so worth it.
It's so worth it. You can reward yourself. You don't have to spend like thousands of dollars to retake the class during the summer, and you won't be behind. You'll graduate on time. When you celebrate and when you actually reward yourself with going to a party or like, you know, just going shopping or anything like that, it's just, you feel like you did something right, and you feel like you're on track, because college is for education first.
Yeah, if you think about it, depending on where you go, you're spending anywhere from $100 to even $1,000 per class. If you put it into perspective, one lecture that you have 2 times a week, that's $200 per that hour that you're sitting there that you're wasting if you're not paying attention. Everyone else in your class is your competition at the end of the day, and they're sitting there taking notes, they're sitting there getting the better grade than you, all because they're giving the professor that 1 or 2 hours that you're essentially paying them for. So if you think about it, if you're not paying attention, not taking the class seriously, you're just wasting your own money. And even if it's not your money, you're wasting your parents' money, the government's money, you know? This could have been used for something else. So take your classes seriously. But like we said, take your classes seriously, but enjoy, you know? Like, yeah, there's going to be a time when you really don't feel like going to class, but it shouldn't be a weekly thing. It shouldn't be like every day. Like, you know what, I missed this class last week. Like, why do I even have to go to this one?
School is supposed to be fun. I know I had like the best time in high school. I don't remember grammar school that much, but I'm pretty sure I had a good time. But college, it's the last bit of school.
Yeah, it's like that last stretch before you're an adult and you're doing everything an adult is supposed to do.
Like work and buy toilet paper, buy like kitchen supplies
and
rugs and stuff.
Yeah.
Since we're nursing majors, we want to give a bonus tip out for any other nursing majors out there, and we just want to say your first year of nursing is going to be hard because it's all theories, it's all learning about the history of it, and you don't have much hands-on. It's all about just what you have to know, and they expect you to learn everything that 1 year, but just keep in mind that you just have to pass the test. It's all about passing the test, and with nursing classes, so just hold on, and you just need to keep reading because the questions are going to be hard. Just because you study, don't expect to get a perfect score, because nursing, they have questions where there's more than one right answer, and
you have to pick
proven
the
that
most
there's
right answer.
Yeah, it's proven that there's more than one right answer. Like, you're not wrong, but you're just not totally right, and they need you to be totally right. They need you to pick the best possible answer. And that's what's the most discouraging when it comes to taking a test, because you're like, well, this is why I chose it, because you always have a reason to why you chose that answer, and that's just not what the professor wanted, that's not what the NCLEX wants. It's a game. But
honestly, some people are going to switch out, and you're going to want to switch out at some point of your freshman year.
Yeah.
But if this is what your dream is, like if this is what you really want to do, keep going. Like, don't be discouraged if you fail a class or get a low grade in a class. This is just your freshman year. Like, it's okay.
And just keep in mind, for any student out there, that success doesn't come easy, and if you got it, and if you struggled, and if you struggled, it'll be such a great reward once you get your degree, or once you get that job you've always wanted, or once you just start doing what you love. All the schools, like looking back at all the schooling you did, it brought you to where you are today, or where you're going to be.
You'll just be like, ah.
Okay, just to recap, tip number 1.
If it's for free, it's for me.
Friends are free.
Use it. Number 2 is get involved. You know, join the clubs that you want to do. You know, even if it's something you don't want to commit to, just go to the first meeting. The first meetings are usually fun, and sometimes they have free food, so. Number 3, get organized. I can't stress this enough. This helps so much. If you even just
get organized. Just get organized.
Number 4 is, friends. No, watch your back, because not everyone's going to watch it for you, because they're going to be too busy watching their own back. Number 5, why so serious, man? Take classes seriously, but don't take everything else too seriously. Like, you don't want to sit there in your dorm.
You want that 4.0, but you also want a social life, so just keep that in mind. It's going to be rough at first, but you'll get the hang of your schedule. You'll get the hang of whose class you could BS and whose class you really, really need to study for. But just aim for that 4.0. It'll get you on the dean's list. So that's our 5 tips, plus the bonus tip for the nursing majors. So we'll see you guys in our next video. Bye. Tip number 2. Tip number 5 is to don't take your classes too serious. Yo, shut up!
What should we do now?